back here at the Daybreak Kitchen at the Blennerhassett Hotel with Chef Jer. Thank you for having us back.
Welcome back.
And we are doing part 2 of our little Italian dish, little special we're doing. So last week we did meatballs. This week we're going to focus on the tomato sauce.
Absolutely. So it's going to be a nice simple marinara sauce. Everyone is always like, well, my grandma cooks her sauce for 8 hours at a time, or, you know, it has 14 different herbs in it. You really don't have to overcomplicate
11 different herbs and spices.
Exactly. Yeah. So we're going to keep it simple today, and that's going to be, honestly, in my opinion, how we get the best out of the flavors of the ingredients we have.
Okay, so we have a lot of ingredients that are all going to go into this pot, so let's just break it down for everybody.
Yep, so we're going to go ahead and start over at medium-high heat. We'll go ahead and add our oil in. That's going to be a nice medium-grade olive oil. You want something that tastes good, something that looks good.
Probably highly recommending the olive oil for this one.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, you could sub vegetable oil if you're in a pinch, but it's just one of those things where when we keep stuff simple, we want everything to, you know, to kind of shine through and have its own part. So let that get nice and warmed up for a second.
And then some other ingredients we have. Last week when we were making the meatballs, we had some diced up green peppers and onions, and it's going to be the same case.
Absolutely. So we're going to go ahead and build what the Italians call our little sofrito. So that's going to be some green peppers and some white onions. And this, all a sofrito is whatever vegetables you have that's going to build the base flavor of your sauce.
Okay.
So it could be carrot, it could be celery. Today we're using peppers and onions. And then we'll go right in with, of course, probably a little too much garlic, you know. So we'll go ahead and go in with that.
Too much garlic.
No. We're going to wait until these become nice and aromatic. We're starting to smell the garlic. We're starting to smell the peppers coming together. You hear that nice sizzle. So we'll go in next with a little bit of tomato paste. So this is going to give our sauce body. It's going to give it volume. It's going to give it that deep tomato flavor you're looking for without having to work for 8 hours for it. And we're going in a little early with this because we want to brown it. So we're going to let that tomato paste develop some color right along with our vegetables.
Oh, you can already smell it.
Oh, yeah.
It smells really good.
Yeah, and like I said, we're going to keep it simple, so we're going to build up strong versions of all these flavors. To move on to the next step here, which, as we all know, we got to deglaze our pan with a little bit of white wine.
Yeah, have the white wine.
And I believe our recipe calls for just a half cup. Go ahead, just.
Or we could add a little bit more.
Yeah, just a little more, yeah. Well, this is really where we're going to unleash all those brown bits from the bottom of the pan. That's where a lot of your flavor comes from. We'll let that wine cook out for about 30 seconds. Get rid of some of that alcohol.
Our nose is doing all of the tasting right now.
And we're almost to the finish line here. So, second to last ingredient, probably the most important, is going to be canned plum tomatoes. I like to use San Marzano style. You can go ahead and spring for the expensive ones imported from Italy, but the California ones are just as good. So
sounds good.
That's what we use here at the restaurant. So we're going to do 8 cups, or 2 quarts, however you want to measure it.
And then we'll let that simmer for a little bit.
We're going to go ahead and season it up. And then we'll let it simmer. We're going to bring everything together. And then in the process of that simmering, these tomatoes are going to break down and just become part of the sauce. So, you know, you got your big chunks in there. You don't have to worry about breaking them up or mashing them or blending them or anything like that. So we'll do a little fresh basil. Basil's super delicate, so you don't really want to, you know, go chopping it up too much. It'll turn black and brown.
Step back a little bit. A bit of a splash zone is starting to set up.
So we'll just tear up our basil. It's a nice rustic, simple sauce after all.
And then we have a little bit of salt and pepper to go in there as well.
Yep, and we'll finish off with salt and pepper. And this is to your taste, of course.
Well, we will let that cook and simmer, and then when we come back from the break, we'll try the tomato sauce. Also, have them with the meatballs we made from last week. So we'll have more on that coming up in just a little bit. Well, we're back at the Daybreak Kitchen with Chef Jared. The tomato sauce is all done. We took it off the stove, and we also cooked up some more meatballs from last week.
So we went ahead and pulled those out of the freezer, let them thaw out a little bit. You could reheat them right in your own oven or right in the microwave, whichever depends on how much time you have. But they are very weeknight meal friendly in that aspect. That you can they're ready whenever you are.
And honestly, meal prepping, something to help people save money, I think meatballs is going to be the easiest because with this sauce, you can make pasta, which we'll do next week, or maybe a meatball sub. So I think it's time to try it.
Absolutely. So we got our simple fresh marinara sauce here. It's got all those delicious summer vegetables in it, the San Marzano tomatoes, Italian herbs, fresh basil. There we are, sir.
Really, really good. So the tomato sauce, again, we had that also mix of green peppers and onions as well, mixed with the white wine, and all simmered down. Looks delicious. Need a little bit more tomato sauce right here. Just like with the meatballs, this tomato sauce is nice and sweet. You can taste the peppers as well. They go fantastic together. And with the meatballs, phenomenal.
Thank you. Yep, simplicity is key.
Simplicity is key. So both recipes for the tomato sauce and the meatballs will be up on our website. And of course, next week, going to get to make the pasta.
Yep, homemade pasta dough. It's going to be an adventure.
All together, and it's going to be one great Italian dish. So thank you again, Chef Jared, for having us in. And we're going to have more on Daybreak right after the break.